All right, Cathy's, we are back with another episode of Group Chat, and we're going to dive right in. We have a lot of topics to get through.
Yep.
The news cycle is wild. And I realize we haven't, in our number of topics, I don't even think we've included any of the politics.
No.
Which is, really quickly, we don't like to jump too much into politics, but the House Speaker, Kevin McCarthy, was ousted yesterday.
First time since 1896.
1896. Back then, they would take out a duel and just boom, shoot each other.
Probably just slice his ass.
Yeah. And what's crazy is Matt Gaetz, is that how you pronounce his name? Is the one that said he was going to oust him. And Kevin McCarthy tweeted, "Bring it on." Matt Gaetz should have said, "It's already been brought," as the counter tweet, as a reference to the movie Bring It On. But he didn't do that. Instead, he just literally got the votes and kicked his ass out.
So it's interesting from that perspective that this is not even a left and right issue. This is a right and right issue.
Yeah.
They don't think he's right enough.
Yeah.
Because he
caved on Ukraine.
He greenlit some of the Ukraine funding to get a funding shutdown stopped. And even within their own party, I think they're just bullies.
I like it. You know why? Because it's and I'm going to compare this to startup world. In startup world, they tell you to break things quickly, hire fast, fire fast. They tell you to move quickly. And
they're just he's not aligned.
He's not aligned. He's not fitting your agenda.
Well,
get him out.
The problem is he's actually trying to get policy done, and that's not okay. Right now in the temperature of politics we're in, definitely nationally, you're not allowed to break the line.
Yeah.
You have to just even Clay Travis was tweeting today. He's obviously one of the main voices of the Republican Party now.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't care about McCarthy. I care about mortgage rates at an all-time high. Inflation.
Yeah.
You do care. You should care about McCarthy. Your party just ousted your Speaker of the House.
No, but I think
it's just the party line. They're so,
I like it though. I think it's a strong move. One by Matt Gaetz, one by the Republican Party. You're not aligned with us, you're out. No games. No more games.
Yeah, no, I mean, sure, from a party perspective, but it's also you're never going to get anything done for the country.
Nothing ever gets done. Why all of a sudden now we're getting things done? We haven't got it done for 100 years.
Yeah, but it's just playing into the social media banter of these Republican voices. I'm sure Ben Shapiro, Clay Travis, all these guys are going to talk about it. We don't care about McCarthy. We care about Republican agenda. But there's two sides. The House is split. The Senate's split. You need to be able to make policy.
I know, but this is all theater. No, we don't do anything. Politics. No politician has accomplished anything. Doesn't matter.
So we just do a standstill and we play for social media clicks.
Yeah. It's a popularity contest. It's hype. And then at the end of the day, nothing gets done. That's fine. We've accepted that as a country. We elect people that get nothing done.
Yeah, I wonder why these public opinionists have followings.
Like who?
All these guys that I'm talking about, no one.
Clay Travis is the biggest radio guy in the country now.
I know, but why?
Because he
just riles people up.
He's resonating with the audience. It's the same reason why anyone has a following. If you resonate with the audience, you have a following.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but I'm just saying.
It's always been like that. Nothing you're saying is new. It's the same thing that's always been happening in all facts of life. Why does certain sports people have a following? They're so annoying, but they still have a following.
Free timeout.
Get Bayless. He's so annoying to me, but somehow he has a career.
Yeah, he has a big show.
And he's the most annoying person to me on all of sports.
He's got prime time.
Yeah, and he's just annoying.
Fair.
All right. Big news that just cratered the market yesterday.
Yep.
Job openings increased in August. So basically we had been told that there was a shrink on the job market and that we are seeing the job market go in the direction the Fed wants, which is less jobs, hopefully leading to layoffs. But instead, it went the other way. There was 8.92 million job openings in July. Instead, it went to 9.6 million job openings. So it was considered a jolt because it just like was not expected. And at this point, are we? Because we keep hearing recession, but what is in recession? The job market's hotter than ever. Everyone who wants a job can get a job. The only thing you can say is that certain people have decided they do not want to work anymore.
Yeah, I think this wasn't good for the market in any sense. The 10-year rose to like 4.85 today %. So
yeah,
if you think about it just broadly, you can effectively get 6% for risk-free assets.
Yeah, which is hot.
Which is insane. JP Morgan now is offering 6% CDs. So that's liquid.
Yeah.
And you get 6% on your money.
Yeah.
And I think everyone's just anticipating the Fed getting more aggressive. But then you hear counterpoints to this. So like, I was in a meeting yesterday with someone very well versed in real estate saying that there's 25% of a building, an apartment in downtown that's behind on rent, and they're going to get evicted by the end of the year.
Yeah. And
it's like 10% in Koreatown. And so the consumer, I think, is breaking. I just think we have record credit card debts. I also heard from my same person I'm talking about is that now...
This is your cousin in the Pentagon.
It's not my cousin in the Pentagon.
Okay.
He's just actually in institutional real estate.
Okay.
He's not in the Pentagon.
Yeah. Well, you got to give some context. You said, I heard, people,
no, it's one of my best friends.
Okay. I know, but like, what is his job title for people?
His job is to deploy institutional capital into real estate.
Okay.
So he's in those meetings.
So meaning that you're a guy that wants to build a apartment complex and you need debt.
Or equity.
Okay.
Either
he
way.
does both.
He does both.
Okay. That's better.
So yeah.
Otherwise, it sounds like your cousin in the Pentagon said that there's 25% vacancy in downtown. And we're like,
so
all right.
he's in the meetings and he's talking to like all the big players. And what he said the new flavor of the month is, this is actually really good. This is like 2007-8 level.
Okay.
That let's say you have $1 million house.
Mm-hmm.
You have a $300,000 mortgage.
$1 million house, 300. Okay.
Okay. So you have 30% leverage. Now banks are willing to lend up to 80% of the value with just a statement of your income, no tax returns, no pay stubs. Because they think the house will just hold value.
Yeah.
So he's like, that's the new consumer hack.
Yeah.
They have $300,000. So like, I can get another $500,000 on my house.
So on the balance, the 700,000, you can get 80% of that.
Yeah. So yeah, you
get 560.
500K, right?
Well, 80% of 700,000.
No, so $1 million house, yes. 80% they're willing to go loan to value. Let's say you had a $300,000 mortgage, you get an extra $500,000.
Oh, but on the 700,000, they're giving you 80%.
On the million, they're giving 80%.
Oh, okay. The less the equity, or the less the debt you have.
Yeah. So you can. So he's like, that's the new consumer hack.
Yeah.
And he's like, they don't ask for anything.
What's it called? For our listeners that want to just get a bag.
I mean, I don't know what it's called, but it's similar to like the ninja loans, no income, no job.
Yeah. Well, you have a home, you have an asset.
You have a home.
Because
so basically
what they're telling you is the bank is so confident in the value of real estate.
Of the single family homes.
Yes. Yeah.
They're so confident in the single family homes that they're like, it's not going to decrease by 20%. So they're letting people, and these are 9 to 14% interest rates.
Not cheap.
Not cheap, but the consumers didn't care.
Yeah.
They don't want to stop spending.
No, you got a party, got to continue. I like it. Go for it. Go get $1 million out of it.
That's insane.
I mean,
but it just seems like everything's coming to a head.
Yeah.
Like if people are doing this to keep up with their lifestyle, because nothing's gotten cheaper.
No, and I think that's the challenge the Fed has, is that clearly things in the economy are breaking. Like There are tons of retailers I talked to that had a really rough September. And what I see as the problem is that like the data points that the Fed cares about is really only inflation. And gas prices and food prices continue to be so high that that has to break. And the only way that breaks is if demand breaks.
Yeah.
The problem with gas is that, and this is one of our articles, is Saudi Arabia and Russia continue to do voluntary cuts on oil. They are trying to screw America to the ground.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to put Sleepy to sleep forever. That's what they want to do.
Yeah, I think they see definitely a crack in what affects American consumers and how to keep their regions booming.
Yeah.
Right? So like the Middle East is booming.
Yeah.
Everyone's there. Steph Curry's training there last week.
I think I don't think it's just a ploy to make their region better. I think it's a ploy to actually crush American. Like, think about it like this. Historically speaking, no president can win with high gas prices. Doesn't matter what your policy
is. You're
is.
saying they're just trying to get Trump in.
They're trying to get Biden out because he's not aligned with their policies.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I honestly believe. And, you know, Biden's a big supporter of the Ukraine war. The next president might not be. And Saudi Arabia and Russia are in cahoots.
Yeah.
So if I'm looking at it from a political standpoint, from those like geopolitical, like let's get a guy in that is aligned with what we want.
So you think, so your thesis right now is basically Saudi, Russia, OPEC are basically like, hey, we need to just crater the American consumer to get Biden out.
Yes.
That's your thesis.
Yes.
Thesis.
There's nothing I've heard more in the last 2 weeks in LA than gas prices.
I know.
Everyone is talking. Yeah. Every conversation is about gas prices. That's in a market where like typically we have higher gas prices than the rest of the country. And we usually can stomach it. Everyone is pissed.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think, I subscribe to the Shaquille O'Neal financial model. Do $70 a week.
No matter what.
No matter what.
Yeah. I'm at 100 every other week. That's how much I've spent on gas.
Yeah.
I don't go far, but yeah, I mean, I think gas prices has an enormous impact on the American consumer.
Of course, right? Like, I mean, it's $7 a gallon anywhere around where we are right now.
That's so insane. Insane.
Yeah.
So we'll really have to see, but I do believe the game the Saudis are playing is really to get a regime change in America, like new president.
Yeah, I mean, there's only one other candidate. Name's Donald Trump. There's no one else.
Obviously, I mean, for Saudi purposes, Donald Trump is the best case.
Yeah, Kushner will probably make another $5 billion.
Yeah, I mean,
he already raised $2 billion.
If it's all the same, that's who's they want, right? Like, who else would they want?
Who, the Saudis?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
He'll do whatever they want.
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
Yeah. Very interesting. I just can't even believe that Donald Trump has a chance to be president again.
Forget has a chance. I think he's the leading candidate.
Yeah, he is the leading candidate. Yeah. That's unbelievable.
The guy's got like 12 indictments.
I mean, he's in court every day. He's like a rapper on steroids.
Yeah, I think the lesson is, some poor sap at Goldman Sachs, I don't know if you saw this week, got busted for insider trading.
Yeah.
He's literally nobody.
Yeah.
You have to commit fraud at the biggest scale.
Like SBF. You get the puff piece by Michael Lewis.
Oh my God, Michael. He was my loser of the week, but we can talk about it right now if you want to.
Talk about it. So Michael Lewis, for those that don't know, famous author.
Yeah.
He wrote Hardball,
Moneyball.
And he's written a lot of books in the past, like 15, 20 years. And he was interviewed on 60 Minutes. Yep. I only saw the clips. I haven't seen the whole interview.
I saw the clips too, but they were disgusting, terrible, horrible.
Yeah.
He basically is like a shill for SBF and giving him defenses of all the fraud he committed. And I think anyone like me who's been in crypto for over 10 years, I saw this like literally staring in the face like this is obviously fraud. And then you go talk to him over the last year, and you get convinced of the fraud that he was committing.
Yep.
And Michael Lewis just literally portrayed that on 60 Minutes to a national audience. And I thought it was terrible. I thought it was like highly irresponsible.
Yeah.
And it makes me discredit all his work.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm shocked. Like, I'm having a hard time with journalism right now. I know it's getting attacked, some for right reason, some for wrong reason. But I do have a problem with the way, like, the favoritism on certain topics and people that certain writers have. That I think, like, what Michael Lewis did on the SBF stuff was, like, I don't think anyone has any sympathy for him based on you. I don't care. Oh, he's lonely. He has no friends. Like, who gives a shit?
No one gives a shit. Like, we have someone in our Discord that said they lost $150,000.
Yeah. So
who's apologizing to him?
Exactly. So he's a criminal at the end of the day, and he needs to be
He's
treated.
Not a criminal. Anyway. He's a criminal at the beginning of the day.
Yeah.
Not the end.
Yeah. Well, you have to be a criminal at the end. Otherwise, he doesn't count. Because he's about to be not a criminal at the end of the day.
He's going to jail for life. It's done.
I don't know. I found out this guy invested in the seed round of Anthropic, which is the hottest company. It's the hottest company on earth.
No, it's second hottest.
Second, OpenAI. Yeah. But people who don't know, I have no idea what Anthropic does.
It's OpenAI junior varsity.
Yeah. No one has heard of this company as of like 3 weeks ago.
Well, Google invested a month ago.
Yeah, a month ago. They heard about it a month ago. Now someone else wants to invest more into it.
Yeah.
It's raising money at $20 or $30 billion.
$200 million of revenue.
And
so 100X is new multiple, baby.
Yeah. FTX was an investor in this business. So maybe people are saying that the stake could be worth, no one knows, speculating, the stake could be worth up to $4 billion.
Yeah, no one knows. I don't think they own 10% of the company. That sounds insane.
Yeah, more than 10%.
Yeah, more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think Michael Lewis did a really big disservice to the American public. Yeah. And if you want to talk about Moneyball, which is a fun movie, Brad Pitt, Jonah Hill, and if you talk to anyone who knows baseball, it had nothing to do with Moneyball. They got lucky. They drafted like 3 of the best pitchers and year after year after year.
Yeah.
And their pitching was so freaking good that had nothing to do with the second, designated hitter that was able to get a first base hit.
Yeah.
So I think...
Well, here's the thing is like, it is Fraud Fridays. Basically everything is bullshit.
Yeah, I think when it's like the gel man amnesia effect. I've talked about this a million times on this pod, where you know something so directly and you're able to identify fraud. Why would you believe Moneyball? Like, I know Michael Lewis's thesis on SBF is wrong.
Yeah.
It's 100% wrong. The book is bullshit. Everything he said is wrong.
Yeah.
Why would I believe Moneyball is real?
I don't believe anything.
So... it's disappointing because 60 Minutes is massive.
Yeah.
The clips went viral.
It's probably the biggest news platform.
Yeah. Like, come on, dude. Go do some research. What did you do for a year? You're following around? You didn't talk to anyone?
Look, I think...
Even the existing investors of FTX know it was a fraud. They will all tell you to your face, they have been asked to talk to their LPs and say, we got it wrong. It was a fraud.
Yeah. I think this guy might be just really charming.
Who?
SBF.
But how is an independent author?
I think it helps the way SBF...
Did SBF write him a $10 million check? Hey, write this puff piece on me and go on 60 Minutes?
Maybe handed it, flipped him.
He paid everyone.
He may have flipped a Bitcoin to him. A Bitcoin or two. And said, here you go.
I think Michael Lewis has to be on the hook. And you know what? It's like...
I think when you look like him, like he looks like such a dweeb. I think there's like this lovable loser.
He's a good storyteller. Yes. There's no question about it.
Yeah.
He's an incredible storyteller.
I think he's got this lovable loser thing going for him that people do get enchanted by, like, because inherently we like to believe, you'd like to believe this oddball character built this massive company, and you don't want to believe the prep school kid that was the national title lacrosse player that went to Penn became the billionaire. We don't cheer for that person.
Donald Trump.
Yes, but I'm saying But I'm saying like, you know,
Yeah, I
but
know what you're saying. I know
he
what you're
doesn't
saying.
even, Donald Trump doesn't fit that mold. I'm talking about, you know, those kids who are type A.
The Winklevoss.
Yes, like you don't want Winklevoss to win because they've just been perfect their whole fucking life.
Yeah.
And you feel like you're not that person. So you see this guy, this dweeb that like is hanging out with Tom Brady and Giselle and all this type of stuff. And you're like, you're rooting for him because that's a more relatable character.
Well, it's someone you're like, oh, wow, there's actually a shot.
Yeah.
For the outsider.
Yeah, I'm a dweeb. I could feel like.
So, you know, what was really troubling for me is in the interview, I don't know if you saw this clip. So Michael Lewis's daughter tragically passed in a car crash.
Oh, wow.
In 2021.
Wow.
I think she was like 19 or 20 years old. And they bring this up in the piece, which, look, that's absolutely devastating, terrible, like one of the most horrible things as a parent could happen to you. But I almost felt like they brought it up in the sense that like they didn't know if he was going to write another book, and then he decided to write this book. And I don't want to conflate the two. Like, you can't conflate tragedy within your own family to give a puff piece on this kid that robbed billions of dollars from people.
Yeah.
And the way 60 Minutes put it together, I thought was very misleading. And look, I mean, as we're both parents, that's literally the worst thing that could happen to you.
Yeah.
But don't conflate the two.
Yeah. Yeah. It would probably not appropriate.
It shouldn't even have been brought up, in my opinion, if you're talking about SBF.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what SBF, the one lesson that I've learned from SBF is if you're going to go commit high level of fraud, just make sure everyone is paid along the way.
He paid everyone. Did you see he was trying to pay off the debt of Bahamas?
He was trying to pay off Trump $5 billion, he said.
I mean, this is the most obvious fraud that we've seen in decades.
Yeah.
I think this is more obvious than Bernie Madoff, who actually stole people's money.
Yeah.
Like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And the fact that anyone is trying to justify any of his actions is just sad. Like, we all know it. It's all in our face.
So he's walking.
Oh, he'll be in jail for the rest of his life. I actually think he's done.
I don't think so. I think he's walking.
Wait, how can he walk?
Why not? Everyone walks. Who gets locked up? Name someone who's been gets thrown in jail.
The Goldman Sachs analyst.
Yeah. Okay, we have to pretend we have to throw someone in jail.
Yeah.
None of these people go to jail.
He's
going to
he's
jail.
done. He's done. I guarantee you he's done. Even Elizabeth Holmes went to jail.
She was just, that was a different era. Now we don't put people in jail.
I think the fact that consumers were affected, he has no shot.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Big news. More stores are closing.
Yep.
So one of the big ones, Rite, the nation's third ranked pharmacy chain behind CVS and Walgreens, is preparing for bankruptcy. As part of the bankruptcy and negotiation, they're looking to close 400 to 500 of its 2,100 stores. CVS is planning to close around 900 stores by 2024. They've already closed 300 of them. This is a combination of the theft issue, some of the laws in some local markets, and combined with like Rite Aid particularly had to pay the huge settlement on the opioid cases that was ruled against them. So I don't want to say it's all on the theft issues, because that's just one of many issues. But a lot of these retailers are faced with like serious problems with inflation. Then the challenge of theft they're managing. So I think it's a combination of like recession, inflation, theft. Like it's a combination of all three. That's the perfect storm for these types of stores.
So I'm curious why the pharmacy companies are getting fined. I saw Rite Aid $3.3 billion on the opioid crisis. Isn't the doctor prescribing it? So how does the pharmacy get criminalized for that?
Basically, I think I don't know the answer. I'm completely guessing. I'm guessing that like they did not do in the checks and balances, the way that it was being issued, like, is a pharmacist responsible to question the doctors?
We should ask Chanel,
Yeah.
a resident pharmacist that
Well,
helps
lock
us on
him
the pod-
up.
Lock up Chanel?
I don't know. We have to find out.
So a close friend of ours had back surgery, lived in my apartment building, and he got prescribed opioids, and he couldn't move because he had back surgery.
Yeah.
Was like, can you go get it for me? So I was like, yeah, of course. I went to Rite. The amount of checks and balances they did to make sure it was going to
What
the
year
patient.
was this?
2018, 2017.
So maybe these lawsuits are from previous that era where the restrictions were loose. Like, what do you want, opioids? Okay, here's some Doritos
Like
too.
they took my license, they took everything. They're like, can you? I had to call him. He had to confirm his personal information.
Yeah.
In order to get the
So
opioids.
pre that, maybe the pharmacies were not doing those checks and balances, like questioning, should you even be getting this?
Yeah, maybe. But the theft issue. So what do you think if you had to pick of the three, right? Inflation, theft, opioids. What's the driving factor of CVS saying we're closing?
If I were to rank, I would say,
So they're closing 900 stores, which is a lot.
I think if I were to rank, I would say theft, inflation, opioids. That's the rank.
Okay.
There's I forgot what city. I just saw the picture of big city CVS. Basically it's empty. Like the shelves, they're shutting the store down. They're not even restocking.
Yeah.
There's no point. I think here's a good conspiracy. What if this entire time all of the politicians that were backed to create these policies that created this environment of theft was backed by Amazon?
Saying that Amazon backed politicians to loosen the laws so that you don't get prosecuted for stealing.
Yeah,
That's what
who's
you're
the
saying.
biggest beneficiary of all of this? So what?
I mean, did you see? I saw a chart. Amazon's market share of e-commerce. It's wild.
It's going up.
It's just increasing every year.
Yeah, it's not going down.
Like no one can compete with them.
No, it's over. At scale, it's over. You can build your niche little $1 billion business. You ain't doing 500 billion.
No. Yeah, no. I mean, that's a good conspiracy theory.
Good one. Who benefits more than that company from these idiotic local policies?
Have you heard the Taylor Swift conspiracy theory?
Yes, around the Jets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. So basically, so we'll jump into it. Taylor Swift, she's over.
I think she overstayed her welcome.
Overstayed her welcome. So Monday, the NFL had said that since Taylor Swift went to the Chiefs game, the 2-0, she's the background pick of Instagram and Twitter. Basically created a chain reaction of like, whoa, this is too much. This is by fans, sports commentary. Everyone just lost their shit.
Yeah, when Barstool turned on her, because, Portnoy's honestly one of the biggest Swifties.
Yeah.
He's been the biggest proponent of Taylor Swift the last 6 months.
Yeah.
That's of the national scale. And he was just like,
I said it Sunday night. That was it. The tipping point.
I am the Swiftie, and I even said it.
Yeah, and I said it's too much.
And then PMT, part of my take, Big Cat said, if you're going to post, like, we can decide if this is needs to get deleted. But
I saw that.
He said, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So whatever. We don't need to say it, but it was a little inappropriate comment.
Yeah.
But he's the face of sports.
Yeah, and I think what's happening is this is the problem. I mean, just like, what is your team doing? You cannot be overexposed as a celebrity.
And she was the master at not being overexposed.
She's always would just disappear. Yeah. She overexposed, and now it literally from Monday morning to Monday night, she was persona non grata. Everyone hated her. Travis Kelce was called Mr. Pfizer by Aaron Rodgers. And like, because he's the face of the booster.
He's on a Pfizer mRNA campaign right now.
Yeah, for the booster. And then basically there's all of a sudden all these rumors about, she did Taylor. I was like, it's only a matter of time till we find out Taylor Swift was racist, Taylor Swift was abusive, this is how the media does it. We just destroy you.
Yeah, she literally was batting 1,000. She was flawless.
Yeah.
And she was flawless up until last week. If she had not showed up to the Jets game, she would still be flawless.
If she literally did not step foot.
Because she won the world over with hanging with Travis Kelce's mom.
That was perfect. Perfectly executed.
Chest bump, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
She did all of it.
Yes.
And then you just kind of chill out.
Yeah.
And she would still be perfect.
Is she showing up again this weekend? She might have a spite now.
Yeah. And here's the issue, right? Like, who's going to tell her no?
Yeah. Travis Kelce.
Mr. Pfizer. And given the vaccine controversy, the fact that Aaron Rodgers, who notoriously didn't take the vaccine, is on the Pat McAfee show every Tuesday or whatever.
He really?
He's every week he's on, and he called him Mr. Pfizer, and it went viral.
It's good. It's good content. Taylor Swift, for her own sake, just should back down for 2 weeks. Just disappear.
If she disappeared for 2 weeks, she'd be fine.
Yeah.
But like if she tries to double down, like let's see where the Chiefs are playing this week. Okay, so the Chiefs are in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota is the worst team in the NFL along with the Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
Is she showing up to Minnesota?
I hope not. I really
Because
hope.
it's a blowout, right? Like she's showing up to like guaranteed wins too.
Yeah.
Like they beat the shit out of the Bears. They beat the shit out of the Jets.
Yeah.
Or they actually didn't beat the Jets. Well, they beat the Jets. And now the Vikings a guaranteed win.
Yeah. I think the key is just like for her sake, chill out. Don't show up to the game. And in 2-3 weeks, if you want to reemerge at a game, that's fine. But don't make it about you. Make it about like the game, right? Or your man. You want to support your man. But like making about you, like you're also making Travis Kelce less popular.
And Travis Kelce, you know, he does his podcast with his brother. It became the #1 sports podcast because of this. This hoopla. He even said the NFL is doing too much on the podcast.
Yeah,
he's like, chill out.
Yeah, he has to. I mean, he knows it. He's a smart guy. He knows this is going.
He wants to be The Rock.
Yeah, he's going to be a disaster if he doesn't get this under control quick. All right. Let's move on. Here was a really interesting article I saw. Toast, the
software?
Yeah, POS software for restaurants, got their ratings cut as a publicly traded stock, price target cut from 30 to 16, citing just in macro recessionary trends. But one of them was that these GLP drugs, meaning Ozempic, is going to cause an issue at restaurants that people will just stop eating out or eat less out. I am the opposite. I am more bullish on toast than ever. I think everyone is going to be, you know what you do when you're skinny? You're out all the time.
No, but it cuts your appetite.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't mean you're not going to go out to eat.
This is what we talked about a few weeks ago. Like
Ozempic might destroy the economy.
Yes.
It's over.
Powell needs to get on Ozempic. Not get on Ozempic. He needs to regulate Ozempic.
He looks great.
He looks great. He's skinny. He's in Jacksonville every week. Why wouldn't you be great? No, but I mean, this could destroy the healthcare system,
food,
hospitality. If you're not hungry, you don't want to go out.
I really want to know for people that
it destroys gyms because you need to go work out.
Yeah, I mean, gyms. Gyms should just shut down. There's no point because if you could just
there's a very small subset of the population that actually enjoys working out.
Yeah, like 6 people, maybe 10 people.
I mean, we enjoy it.
I enjoy it.
I enjoy the sweat.
I enjoy running outside. I do not enjoy going to a gym and working out. I'm not that person. Like, I don't even like the fucking mirror and the weights. Why do you have a mirror right there? I don't even see myself.
Yeah, so I mean, Ozempic is going to destroy the U.S. economy. Because think about the U.S. economy is based on excess.
Yeah.
Eat too much.
Yes.
Just do
Drink
everything
too much.
Everything's too much.
Yeah. Work out too much.
Everything's too much.
Yeah.
Go to the doctor too much. Go to the hospital for unnecessary visits.
I said it, what, 3 months ago? Ozempic and those drugs will be way bigger than AI. There's not even a comparison.
I don't know. OpenAI is a $90 billion company now.
Well, yeah, they're valuing it. Once it goes public and the stock drops 75%.
It'll be $1 trillion company.
Sure. I mean, think about the entirety of the GLP-1
The problem
drugs.
with Ozempic, it's going to be similar to all these drug companies. Years down the line, there's going to be some side effects. They're going to have to write like a $10 billion, $15 billion fine.
OpenAI is going to be writing a lot of fine checks too. Don't worry about it.
You think?
Oh yeah, you can't just take public data and just do whatever you want with it. OpenAI is going to get sued to oblivion. Oblivion.
I don't know. I had a conversation yesterday. Someone asked me who's not in apparel or retail or e-com, what do you think about the FTC Amazon? I was like, it's going to be a slap on the wrist. Nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
That'll be the same with all this stuff. With OpenAI, they'll get a slap on the wrist. Sure.
I think
they'll have to write a few billion.
I think OpenAI affects so many people that it'll affect the entertainment industry. It'll affect software. It'll affect manufacturers. There's a lot of argument to be made to contain OpenAI for the people of America.
Yeah, maybe. But I think when you get that big, you just cut the deal, the backroom deal. We'll pay the fine. Just let us keep moving. I mean, Purdue almost got away with it.
Yeah.
If it weren't for all these citizen journalist podcasts that were bringing light to what Purdue Pharma was doing with the Sacklers and legalizing heroin and how they did it, we would have never known.
Yeah, that's fair. I think
and they were prescribing heroin to Americans.
I think AI has such a profound impact on humanity as a whole that I think a lot more people are paying attention to it. That's my opinion. I think what the Sacklers did is far worse than what anything OpenAI will ever do.
For sure, yeah.
But I do think the way that people are generally afraid of AI already. And
yeah, your initial reaction is how's this going to ruin my life?
Yes, exactly. So I do think that will be a challenge that these companies have to face. And so we'll see. But I do believe nothing hotter than Ozempic.
I do, but a lot of people that have hundreds of billions of dollars lose. So that's where I'm kind of, if you just play the chessboard.
The same thing with AI. You could make that argument too there.
But the $1 trillion companies all got in bed with it. Google, Microsoft, Facebook.
Yeah.
They got in bed with AI immediately.
Yeah. I think Big Pharma is pretty good at this game.
Big Pharma is good, but they have to be in bed. Like you said, they may have to create a side effect.
To compete against the Oreo lobby?
The Oreo lobby or the healthcare industry. It's 20% of the US GDP.
Yeah.
What if 20% goes to 10%?
If it goes to 19%, it's probably pretty catastrophic.
Yeah.
Insurance companies. I want to start an insurance company based on health.
Yeah, healthcare insurance company seems like the most obvious business. Yeah. If Ozempic takes off,
if you're on Ozempic and you're skinny, you're just fuck health insurance. I'm never going to the doctor again.
No, you can just insure them for much less because they're going to have fewer issues.
Yeah, but insurance companies aren't going to reward citizens. Have you ever gotten an insurance premium lowered? No.
Insurance companies should be lobbying for Ozempic so that they keep the premium at what they are and they make more money because you're not a patient.
Yeah. You think that? Yeah. I think there's an opportunity to insure people on Ozempic.
At the same rate. And it's all profit.
Lower rate. Incentivize them. You lose weight, you're healthy, I'll insure you.
I mean, insurance companies are criminals, so they'll do anything.
So, this is going to be a mega war because
I think there's too many massive players that benefit so much from the American unhealthy behavior.
Yeah. So who are they? They're
restaurants.
Yeah. Food in general.
TGIF, Chili's.
Yeah.
Right? All these pizza joints, McDonald's.
Insurance
healthcare companies, healthcare, and then the hospital.
Okay. Who benefits?
Benefits?
Everyone has
The actual American.
people.
No one wants the American to
everyone's
benefit.
fucking because everyone
No
looks
one
great.
wants the actual individual to benefit. They want you to have burdensome so we can make money off you.
Yeah. So it's Americans versus everybody else.
Yeah.
That's eating off of your pigness.
Yes. I mean, look, you should short McDonald's if you think Ozempic's going to be the national drug. You just can't eat that many cheeseburgers when you're on these drugs.
I don't know.
No, it suppresses your appetite.
I know, but I feel like people still eat.
It's the same guy that's eating 2 cheeseburgers, of fries, and a Coke is now eating one cheeseburger, no fries, no Coke.
Oh, it's sad. It's a sad meal. No fries and Coke.
But he's happy and he's healthy.
I think he was happy with the 2 cheeseburgers, fries, and Coke too. That's what you don't realize. A lot of people were very happy with that. Their body was not happy with it.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a really interesting.
So if you're if you're Oreos, what are you doing? How do you combat this?
What's Mr. Feastables doing? He's going after this market too, right?
Yeah,
Dr. Beast or not, Mr. Beast.
I think. Look, for him, it's fine because he's a new entry. He wins if he does like 1% of the sales of Mondelez or one of these big food companies.
Hershey's does like whatever tens of billions.
Yeah, exactly. He wins no matter what.
He said he's doing $200 million a year already
on the chocolates or the Feastables?
On the chocolates.
Chocolates are good. Someone sent it to me. Fantastic.
Is it any healthier than Hershey's or no?
No, I don't think so.
The same
shit. Tastes good though. But yeah, I don't think it matters for him. It matters for Hershey's. It matters for Nabisco, Mars. Yeah, all these types of people. When I go to a grocery store or like a Rite Aid and I see the checkout aisle of all the candies, I'm shocked people are buying any of this stuff.
This is actually an honest question. If you were to... The Sacklers and Purdue prescribed heroin to the American public. Granted, it was a much smaller percentage of the American population that actually was affected.
Yeah.
Everyone eats Mars, Hershey's, Snickers.
That's always been the argument from even people like RFK who said like...
What's worse?
Yeah, exactly.
It's a slow death.
Yeah.
Right? Like you eat
Number
Hershey's,
one problem in America is heart disease.
And obesity is the
number
one problem.
That's the thing. Obesity and heart disease kills more people in this country than anything else. And so everyone is complicit on it.
It's legal to sell, a chocolate bar that has 40 grams of sugar.
Yeah. I mean, some of those Starbucks drinks, you see what people order, like there's more whipped cream than coffee.
Yeah. I mean,
why do you need to have whipped cream in the morning?
I don't drink coffee, but I wouldn't want whipped cream in it if I did.
Yeah. I mean, but anywhere you look, you could stuff your face.
Yes. So Ozempic has a uphill climb.
I think the cat's out of the bag. It just snuck in there. Khloe Kardashian did it and boom, it's over.
She should be a billionaire.
They should be trillionaires from this.
They really started this.
Yes.
Let's be very clear.
Nobody knew.
No one knew what this shit was.
Yeah, till Khloe all of a sudden just looks like she's like 23 years old.
And then now
again.
every famous billionaire is skinny now.
Yeah. What do you mean? Everyone is skinny. Everyone you go, everyone's fit again. It's nice. All right, let's move on. So we were talking about Disney the other day because I got to go back, revisit the mouse, and I said it was pretty crowded. I guess that's not a normal thing. Disney is discounting child tickets at U.S. parks as industry attendance lags. So clearly, amusement parks have been affected by the recession or spending, not recession.
You're talking about the park specifically, separate from the network.
Yeah.
I'm pretty curious.
Starting October 24th, parents can purchase children's ticket valid for kids aged 3 to 9 for the California-based Disneyland Resort for as low as $50. Tickets can be used between January 8th and March 10th of next year.
That's shocking because the mouse finally has a crack. The stock's at a 11-year low.
Yep.
And that primarily has to do with the streaming issues and the cable bundle being over. But the parks being down, I'm actually surprised by because I don't think the IP has gone down. It just could be a crack in the consumer.
I think it's a combination, and you don't because you don't know anyone that's not woke.
I know. What are you talking about? I'm in a chat with 5 MAGA guys.
Okay, well, let me tell you, they ain't going to Disneyland.
You went.
What? I'm not a MAGA guy. I'm not a MAGA guy. It doesn't affect me. If the mouse is woke, I'll still go. I don't care. But a lot grandparents ain't taking their fucking kids. They're not. They're not taking their grandkids. I'm telling you, I've talked to many families who have said their grandparents are not paying for their grandkids to go to Disneyland because they don't want them to be like the agenda, the woke agenda. I'm telling you that's real. I know it sounds insane, but it is real.
So you think
Grandma and Grandpa pay for a lot of Disneyland trips?
Yeah, I mean, $70 trillion is about to be
and none of it's going to Disneyland, let me tell you. People are going to write it in their will. Betsy and Joe, we're giving you our $2 million house, our $3 million 401k, but if that fucking mouse is anywhere near this money, automatically it gets taken away.
But if you think about the $70 trillion that's being inherited from boomers in the next, call it 10 years, right?
10 to 20.
10 to 20, not even 20.
Yeah,
to be realistic.
I don't know. I mean, the boomers, Ozempic, and they're going to be on for 30 more years.
But this is why the banks are doing those ninja loans again. Because we know you're going to get your money.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, whatever. Who cares? I don't care about your income.
Yeah, no income, no job. Who's your mom and dad? Just write your mom and dad's name, and then we'll give you the money.
70 trillion is a fucking bonkers number.
Bonkers. Maybe that's why no one's really worried about recession.
I don't think anyone's worried about anything.
Yeah.
That's why everyone's spending.
Thank God for the boomers. They might have saved us off. They worked their ass off.
No, the boomers saved our generation. Our kids are fucked.
Yeah, because we're not saving for them.
Yes.
Our kids are on their own. AI and Ozempic is all you kids got.
No, but it's wild. Think about that.
Yeah.
Why would you worry if you're like a, family of 4, you're getting 10, 15 million coming?
I don't think the average person is getting 10, 15
All right,
million.
fine, 1 to 2 even?
Yeah. Yeah, 1 to 2 is enough. That's a lifetime.
Spend anything.
Yeah.
Especially if you have current income.
And you don't have to spend it on Disneyland because the will state that you can't spend $1 on the mouse. I mean, Disneyland's fucked with these wills.
Disneyland, honestly, I want to say it's my new Facebook, but ever since I said that 2 months ago, the stock's only gone down. I can't believe Disney just folds.
It doesn't fold.
But no, to be 11-year low.
Yeah. So I think
about I don't know one great company that's at 11-year low. That's been public for that long.
Yeah. That's fair. I think
it is a great company, right? Think about the IP.
Yeah. So I think it's a very fixable problem. Everything they're challenged with, whether it's cost cutting on the streaming side, like try to come back in the middle on the cultural stuff. You don't need to go right. You just got to be in the fucking middle.
So I read something that if you take Disney, Warner Brothers, Discovery, Peacock, whatever, NBC, all of them, all the national, or not national, all the companies that produce content, did $23 billion of profit in 2013. What do you think that is today? If you combine them all.
Oh my God. Those companies?
Yeah.
Lost money?
Yeah. Losing money.
Yeah.
So we've erased this much profitability from content creation.
That's all Netflix.
Yeah. Netflix just ruined the whole world.
Yeah.
Zero interest rates ruined the world because Netflix only exists because they were able to raise debt at 2% to pay all these content creators and cannibalize the whole cable industry.
Yeah.
The zero interest rate decade that we experienced, or 15 years in 2008, ruined so many industries.
Yeah. Luckily, everyone's going to be skinny, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it ruined Hollywood.
Yeah.
That's why everyone's on strike.
Yeah.
Zero interest rate environments.
Yeah. But we love zero interest rates.
Yeah, if the Donald comes back, we'll get back to zero.
I mean, if the day Donald Trump, if he got elected, what's the market going up? 5% one day?
No, I think if he starts leading
in like the summer,
in the polls next spring, you'll see a market rip.
Yeah.
And he's saving all his real estate buddies. They're all getting crushed right now.
Yeah.
He's going to bully the Fed.
Saudis are back. That's amazing. I mean, secretly, that's all we want. You want that too.
I want a strong stock market. Correct.
You're not getting that with Sleepy.
Not with Sleepy, but maybe someone else.
The stock market's asleep right now.
Stock market's getting crushed.
Yeah. Nightmares.
I mean, Jay Powell, he'd probably get his budget cut if Donald Trump, he's not going to Jackson Hole under Donald Trump's administration.
I mean, he might just shut down the Federal Reserve.
Yeah, I mean, Vivek Ramaswamy saying he's shutting down everything.
Everything. So Donald Trump saying shut down the Federal Reserve, who's going to say no to that?
Everyone hates him.
Everyone hates them. So shut down. All right, moving on. I thought this was really interesting, and it's something that I've always believed that I think it's really just good advice for people in general. So there's an article on CNBC that said the number one phrase people who are good at small talk always use, says Stanford public speaking expert. And the phrase is, tell me more. And to me, without even looking into the article, I read the article, but like really talking about why that's such an important phrase is one, I think it indicates you're interested in what this person is saying. It's shifting the conversation about really to like that you're engaged. And I think when I meet so many people, like I had a really funny, I was at I don't want to, just in case this person maybe listens, was at a meeting and with a few other companies, and I saw someone hijack a conversation from me. It was clear the person wanted to talk to me, and the way they went about it was off-putting, obviously to me, but even to the other person. And I think it's over-talking when you're not asked to over-talk.
Yep.
I think people inherently talk too much and listen very little. And so when I started reading this article about it, it's like, tell me more means you're engaged, you're listening, you are taking information.
And you make the other person feel important.
Exactly. And that is like, I'm a salesperson at the end of the day. My job as a salesperson is to make sure that you feel important when you're talking to me. If I have not done that, then I have not engaged you as a salesperson. And I think so many people are so fucking full of themselves. They think anyone cares what they have to say.
Do you think it's insecurity though? So in that conversation
yes,
where
it was
insecurity, right?
100%.
So okay, if you think about
like, why does someone want to hear about you? Like,
yeah. So like Bill Clinton, forget politics.
Yeah.
He's known as he walks in the room, whether it's the waiter, the busboy, the valet, he makes you feel like the most important person in the room.
Yeah. The way he shakes your hand,
the way he looks you in the eye.
Yeah.
And he's like, tell me about, your day or whatever.
Yeah,
he's a fucking president of the United States.
Yeah. That's why he was smashing so much. The charming guy.
He's a very charming guy, obviously.
Yeah.
And I mean, Barack Obama has that same quality. Like, obviously, we've never met him, but like, you see the clips.
Yeah.
He makes the grandma and the rally.
He's a true, charming guy.
And, I think insecurity is probably the biggest reason why people don't understand how to function in social gatherings.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same comment that you've always made. Like, there's very few people you could take around in your social circles. Yeah. Because they're annoying as fuck.
Yes. It's very hard. It's why I have my friends that I have. It's like, I'd love to invite certain people, but you just can't take them anywhere. It's just a sad reality of how.
So how do you think we can solve that for people? Like, what's the advice?
The advice is, like, I was trying to explain to someone, I believe relationships, the way to really cultivate is play the long game. A lot of people, when they get a chance to meet someone, they turn it on so heavy and in 3 minutes try to accomplish what takes 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to happen. Instead, introduce yourself, maybe make a comment that gets them engaged. Like, oh, it's great to meet you. And you move on. I will meet someone today that I will basically zero in on, and I will say in the next 12 months, I'm going to get what I want out of that person. Mm-hmm. I don't need to get it out this second. I'm not sitting there. I will go have the meeting. I will go drive across town, take a flight to another country. I will do all of that. And I will set up for the future. I don't believe this is my only shot to have this conversation. I need to leave a good impression. I need to feel
but
like
I think that's so just to play counter to that, you're in rooms that most people aren't.
I know,
and
but
you get to meet people
I got into those rooms by my fucking self. So all my point is I've been doing that since I was 18 years old. I always played that game. I never played the game of like, I'm only going to see Joe once. I got to get, that's how kids act. Like, dude, chill. Especially in a connected environment today. Mine was like, I'd meet them at like a party and pray to God I'd run into them again.
Because there's no email, there's no text, there's none of that shit.
There's nothing. I can meet you today, follow you on LinkedIn tomorrow, and not reach out to you. And then I'll be top of mind when something comes about. Like, so many people overplay their hand so hard. Dude, chill. Play the long game.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with that. I just think people just get insecure when they meet people that they want to like get connected to, and they get nervous. People get nervous.
Sure. If you're a nervous type person, the better then is to talk as little as possible, listen, and just be engaged.
Yeah.
That's it. You don't have to say you do not need to prove yourself in 1 minute. You just don't.
Yeah.
You have a lifetime to do that.
Yeah, that's fair.
No one who meets someone that second, it's like those kids who are like rapping to Kanye on the street.
Yeah, that's stupid.
That's not going to get you
and
anywhere.
It's also like, there's no overnight successes. So you meet the one person, they may help you 3 years from now, 5 years from now, who knows?
I mean, in my business, Ghost, this is 20 years of relationship culminating to this business that I've never worked with any of these people in any capacity until now. 20 years.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think, chilling out is probably the best advice.
Yeah, meet them, introduce yourself. That's it. Chill. You don't need to overplay your hand.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right. On to bigger, more important things. Cheesecake Factory.
Okay.
Very, very, very interesting article came out on Axios. And the statistic is crazy. 93% of loans backed by malls with a Cheesecake Factory are current on their payments. Compare that to around 72% of those without the restaurant. So if you have a Cheesecake Factory in your mall, business is booming for you and you're able to stay current on your loan payments.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So, it's funny. It'll be my winner of the week and I'll explain why. But I was told in a meeting this past week that Cheesecake Factory is a culinary like marvel.
It is.
The fact that they have 250 dishes that are unique to each other.
Have you seen, I think it was 60 Minutes, maybe 15, 20 years ago, follow the CEO of Cheesecake Factory around? It's unbelievable. Like, their company is this guy's literally traveling the world having like a fucking peanut noodle sauce in Thailand. Like, just literally, like, it's unbelievable what that business is and what it means to the consumer. Like, no one leaves Cheesecake Factory unsatisfied.
There's a line out the door every weekend at the Grove for the Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah. So how will this affect Ozempic?
It'll go down.
I think Cheesecake Factory is
what's indestructible? McDonald's?
McDonald's is indestructible. Domino's indestructible. Cheesecake Factory because of the experience. People love it.
Something's got to give if people are eating less.
Oreos. I'm short Oreos.
Short Oreos, okay.
Doritos.
So all the food manufacturers.
Almond Joy needs to go away forever.
What's like a shitty food that people eat that is high calories?
Pork rinds. Like
Gatorade? Gatorade's not good.
No, Gatorade's trash.
It's like 300 calories.
Yeah. So the other stores within a mall that are important are Lululemon, Apple.
So Lululemon, Apple, and Cheesecake Factory can anchor your plaza.
Yeah.
Does the Grove have all three? Does it have Lululemon? No, there's Aloe. They have Apple and Cheesecake.
They don't have a Lululemon.
No, they have Aloe.
I guess there's a lot of Lululemons in the area.
Yeah, that's Apple, obviously.
Apple, you got to have. I mean, Apple's like the line, and Apple's like Cheesecake Factory every day.
I mean, you can't even get an appointment.
Yeah.
If your phone's fucked, you're screwed.
The money printing machine.
Yeah, it's
I was reading on Instagram the other day through like one of these finance accounts that Apple earned $1 billion of interest last quarter.
Just from their cash balance. Amazing.
All right, let's move on. Winners, losers, content. Who's your winner of the week?
The winner of the week, it's a company called Hyphen, which I'm an investor in.
Okay.
And a bunch of my friends are. So Hyphen, to kind of make the long story short, think Chipotle without the employee.
Okay.
So the bowl gets automatically made. There's software involved.
You go to the counter, you pick what your dishes are.
Yeah, you pick your guac, your chicken, your cheese, whatever, rice. Bowl gets made, and there's a lot of like things that are interesting about this business. We invested a year ago, and a couple things. First, as we know, there's a labor shortage.
Yep.
You can't even hire employees
for these
hourly jobs. Second, companies like Chipotle have leakage, right? Like the Chipotle guy gets a little too generous on the guac and the cheese and rice.
Yep.
So you're not your margin compression. Yep. And like in the last 48 hours, the company went viral. So CNBC wrote an article, Washington Post posted them, Fast Company released an article, and they're going live in January of 2024 in Fountain Valley in Orange County, which is near Chipotle's headquarters. Mm-hmm. And I think people are really excited. Like, hey, is this hardware automation's been something that's been talked about for the last 20 years, but no one's actually solved it.
Yep.
And, you know, selfishly, I think they're getting really close to, if not having solved it. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, it's like fun to see a company invested in just all of a sudden in the last 2 days get so much press and everyone's talking about it. And it's exciting. And I actually met with the founder and CEO this past week, and he's super talented. The team's super talented.
What does he think about Ozempic? Because ain't no one going to Chipotle if...
He's skinny.
I know. I'm not saying he's fat. I didn't say he's fat. I didn't say the CEO should go on Ozempic.
Yeah, so you got to lower the portions. That's what they're doing.
So smaller portions. I'm serious. It's a real question for him. Because like, you got to assume that people are going to... If you assume your theory that everyone's going to eat less, I don't think they are. I think they're going to eat more.
You think people are just going to just be like, burst through the Ozempic?
No, I just think that Ozempic is so good. You're just going to eat whatever.
I mean, this is what Deepak said on the pod. Like, you can get your stomach staple, but you can also eat through your stomach staples.
Exactly. I don't think
so you think everyone's going to eat through their Ozempic?
Yes.
So the company's fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think people are going to eat out more.
They got the confidence?
Yeah, be like, man, I look great. Let's go to Cheesecake Factory, babe.
Get that 2,000 calories.
And by the way, get whatever cheesecake you want, because I just put this in my butt and I feel great.
But yeah, that's my winner, Hyphen.
Okay, that's a good one. My winner is continues to be these GLP-1 drugs. The number of people, there's a chart of how many Americans are on it. I think 3 months ago, or like the beginning of the year, it was like 5 million. Now we have 9 million. As more and more people become aware of it, and the more and more people get access to it. And I think there's like a race to figure out how you can basically get this at the grocery store. Like, you're at the Oreo aisle, you're picking up your Ozempic.
You know what's funny is I just looked at our group chat for the podcast. Walmart's already seeing a shortage of demand of food because of Ozempic. Because people aren't eating as much.
Oh, wow. And that's Walmart?
Walmart just, yeah. We definitely do see a slight change compared to the total population. We do see a slight pullback in overall basket, and that's from their grocery business.
Wow. And they don't think it's inflation. They think it's Ozempic.
They cite Ozempic.
Wow. And they have the best data on that.
I mean, they are the American consumer.
Yeah. So you're on Ozempic. I'm trying to think from a consumer.
If the Walmart customer is on Ozempic and eating less, that's a problem.
Okay,
for the
so
American economy.
Let's look at the opportunity then. Assuming that people all start eating less because of these drugs, where do they spend the money?
Say that again.
Assuming who's the beneficiary of everyone eating less snacks? Because you're saving money then too, right? So
I don't think anyone wins from an economic perspective.
I think
if you look at the American
I
economy,
think clothing industry wins.
clothing could win
I
because
think
people are
beauty
like,
wins.
I could fit in that aloe.
Yeah. You know what? Load me up some aloe. I'm skinny as shit.
Yeah, clothing. I want that dry fit.
Yeah. What
Go
is
to
that? Skin
Nike.
tight? Give me that. I think clothing wins big.
Clothing's probably the only beneficiary.
I think beauty. I think beauty wins
So
big.
like, get more makeup. I'm hot.
Yeah, I'm hot. I'm going out. I'm gonna be out more. Handbags, Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, that's true. That all those industries win.
I think anything that helps you look better.
Yes, I think consuming for your look is definitely going to increase. But if you think about the biggest aspects of the American economy, most lose.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Walmart, the snacks become a clothing aisle. Walmart's
Maybe.
selling fitness gear.
Look, nightlife doesn't get affected because you just you're paying for the access to be at the venue. No
Yeah.
one's eating at those
Yeah.
places, at the
Yeah.
hot spots, right?
Yeah.
No one's eating.
Yeah.
You're just paying
Gross.
to be there.
I said the other day in the chat, I said eating is gross, and everyone was like, it's disgusting. No one wants to eat. I
Yeah,
agree.
I said that during my birthday trip.
Yeah.
I was like, eating's for losers.
Yeah. I can't. I have to eat out so much. I do not want to eat out. I'm sick to my stomach when I eat out.
Yeah. So they're fine. Elite hospitality's fine. Clothing, beauty, hot.
Raging Waters on fire. I think water parks
think
just
it-
explode.
Do you think it picks up Disneyland? You're willing to go out to Disney? You look skinny? Like, I want that picture with the family?
Yeah, why not? I think people start doing more the experience thing. Because, dude, when you don't feel good, confident about yourself, you don't leave the house.
Yeah. No, people get depressed.
Yeah, of course. I've had that happen to me where if I don't feel like I look good or don't feel good.
I mean, that was the pandemic. Everyone felt like shit.
Yeah, I was in incredible shape in the pandemic. I was in the best shape of my life in the pandemic.
Mm.
So that was a very different time for me. But like, I think confidence, it goes a long way in what you choose to spend your time doing.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think video games, toast.
Video games are toast. Twitch is toast. YouTube probably toast. You're not just like scrolling.
TikTok booming. Everyone's doing videos because everyone looks great.
The content's probably booming, but you're probably consuming less if you're out.
You're out. Yeah. What a different world we live in. Everyone's just walking around,
Talking.
Yeah.
Are they who's gonna be annoying? You're gonna have more annoying people out.
Oh, yeah. There's opportunities. Insurance for annoying people. A lot of opportunity. All right. Loser.
My loser, I don't know. I was thinking about this. I didn't want to make Taylor my loser.
Taylor's my loser.
But I just feel like the tide's turned.
Yeah.
And like, I love her and I love her music. I hope she
You didn't
chills
even know a
out.
song till 2 weeks ago. Fuck out of here.
1 month ago.
Yeah, exactly. You're like AI. Taylor Swift is your AI. No one even heard of it before.
Yeah, I just hope she corrects herself because I'm rooting for her. I think it's tough to be famous for half your life.
Yeah.
But she's 31. She's been famous since 15. And, you know, it's tough.
Yeah.
And my loser really is Michael Lewis, but
Yeah.
not really.
Mine's
Taylor.
Taylor Swift too. I think she was too hot. And that she just got, like, her core fans, obviously they don't care. They'll love her no matter what.
Yeah,
But like she had broken through to,
she broke through barriers that no one has ever broken through.
Yeah.
And I feel like she's lost some of them.
yeah, exactly. Agree. All right. What's your content?
I don't really have content this week.
Okay.
Do you?
I mean, it's not recommendation because probably everyone on earth has seen it. Finally saw Top Gun.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Amazing.
I tell you my 2 knocks on it. I have 2 knocks. I thought it was a
You
great
saw
movie.
it at home on a big screen?
Yeah.
Okay. I saw it 3 times in the theaters.
Okay. Well, you made up for me. My knocks on it were, I thought it started a little slow. I thought the second half of the movie was blockbuster. It's so good, but like the buildup was just too much for me. And you called it out that there was no like bad guy.
Yeah.
I need a country.
Yeah, they purposely didn't
I
do
need
that.
to cheer against
They
another
went
country.
anti-Barbie. That's why they were in China.
Yeah. I don't like it. I want to know who we're bombing.
Yeah, they
It's not
intentionally. It was supposed to be Russia. If you want to play it, call a spade a spade.
Yeah. Judging by the scenery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they just didn't do it. And they didn't want to make it. There's clearly no Asian counterparty because they want the China money.
Well, yeah. Then you can't have a Chinese bad guy.
Yeah.
That's not happening ever again.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's a good knock. And what was the other?
I said it was just the build-up was too slow. Like the second half of the movie was like where I thought the movie was going to end, and then it just goes on when they're like they find each other and they like get out and they drive the plane out of the whatever fake countries. Like didn't even show another person that's a bad guy.
No, they can't.
Yeah, it's just stupid.
Yeah, no, I
are we that
was
big
intentional.
Of pussies? We can't even like
Tom Cruise. It's his movie. He gets to call the shots.
Yeah,
but you know what I respected about Top Gun more than anything? The movie was done before the pandemic, but then obviously everything shut down, and they held it. They could have sold it to Netflix. They could have sold it to Apple. They could have sold it to anyone.
Too blockbuster. They knew it.
But like that's my point. Like that movie Dumb Money, which I think was incredible. Why'd they release it during the strike when you can't market it? Just hold it. Hold it 2 months. You know the strike's ending.
Yeah.
Why don't you just hold it?
Yeah, they blew it. And now
that movie's not going to. No one's going to care about that movie.
No, they blew it. I think they were in a rush to just get it out.
But who benefits from that?
Yeah.
Of no one knowing a movie's out.
Well, they probably sold it to the distributor, already bought it. Like, who cares?
Yeah, but it's probably not going to make money now.
No one knows about this movie.
No one's talking about it.
No. I see the billboards around, but no one's seen it. Okay. All right. That was my content. It was good. Oh, the one content I did want to talk about. Did you listen to All In on Friday?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah, and they had a gentleman that.
Oh, Coleman.
Yeah, who did a TED Talk, and it was around race. I thought it was amazing. Just his interview on All In, the way he just articulated some of the challenges. Guy. Really smart.
27.
He's 27.
Yeah, I googled him.
I didn't even know what wasn't watching on video, so I didn't see his.
He's black too.
Oh yeah,
he's able to talk about those issues.
Okay, it is unbelievable because like there's a lot of discussion in America around race. He just crushed it. He did such a good job, kind of articulating the points, and he also talked about how like TED really kind of suppressed a lot of his content. And how like TED, I didn't know this until this podcast that Jason and these guys, TED has gone super woke and like, it's a real problem in media. The way like, even there was an issue at Recode with Kara Swisher, like going after like the new ex-CEO, the Twitter CEO. And like, it's a very weird time in
But here's media. Where I struggle with it because they're obviously suppressing. So the guy in All In said, they said a typical TED video gets 400,000 to 500,000 views.
Yeah.
And that's on the low end. And his only got 75,000 views. So they clearly suppressed it or didn't promote it. But the views are actually kind of widely accepted.
Yeah.
And you're trying too hard to suppress it when the actual public wants the suppressed view.
Yeah.
That's where we are in a social media cycle.
I think too many organizations have taken upon themselves to be the arbiter of what everyone wants to hear and wants it. Like as a news or like a media organization, like you got to just put shit out.
Yeah, like you mentioned Kara Swisher, and obviously she reports on technology. No one in technology agrees with any of her opinions.
And information, like, dude, the
information has become just
just hatch a job on every fucking.
No, they just want to talk shit. It's a gossip rag.
Yeah, like, dude, everything on information is negative. I unsubscribed. I don't want to listen to that shit. Every single thing you're talking about, the fall of Flexport, the fall of OpenAI, dude, that's not why we're listening. We're looking.
I think Axios does a great job.
Yeah, because they
just talk the news.
Yes, I just cannot listen. And like, dude, I don't know if this like. In technology, journalists are so bitter because they're around so much wealth.
I think that's it.
And they're just like, fuck these guys. We're taking them down. But like, these people are more popular than ever. Everyone in technology is more popular than ever. Mark Zuckerberg is more popular than ever before, and everyone tried to take this motherfucker down.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think
Elon Musk is 1,000 times more popular than he was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
He's untouchable.
No.
Stop fucking trying to bring him down.
Yeah, I think the dynamic of what you're saying is like you're a low six-figure journalist covering a guy that's worth 10, 20 billion.
Or in Elon's case, quarter
200 billion,
yeah.
Right? 250 billion. And you're just bitter.
Yeah. That's what it looks like. And me being in the industry now, like, it doesn't make me want to like have alliances with these people because the moment they can...
No, they'd love to take you down.
Yeah, of course.
Of course they do.
Every article on information is dragging a CEO.
Yeah.
Dragging a company. What went wrong? What went wrong? What went wrong? Dude, shut the fuck up.
Here's the employee hit piece. This is why this CEO's...
toxic work environment. I'm sure if we went to everyone at Recode and Information, they would share the same thing.
No, I don't disagree. I think focusing on negativity as a journalist just seems like a poor use of time. I think Glenn Greenwald, who I thought was one of the premier journalists, now just annoying.
Yeah.
Everything he does is negative.
Yeah.
Everything's a takedown.
Yeah.
Everything's the U.S. government's the worst thing on the planet.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah. At some point, like, look, when things are done wrong, you're of course, report, do what you got to do. But you got to start positioning like...
And you have to promote
the good shit.
Both sides too.
Yeah.
You can't just say everything sucks.
Yeah.
Like that's my problem with how America's portrayed today. Because I tell you, if you talk to one of my friends who live internationally, they think this is Gotham City.
Yeah.
Guess what? I can walk down the street and go to Jersey Mike's and have a sandwich right now. No one's robbing me.
Yeah, I agree. I think the big challenge is that like we did that to ourselves, right? Like that narrative we put that narrative, like even in, I think they said like Philadelphia, which has had all the looting recently, it said crime is down in Philadelphia, but the videos would tell you otherwise.
And the takedowns of whoever the DA is will tell you otherwise.
Yeah. So I think that like we need to hold our journalists to a higher standard where they also have to like, come on, there's good shit happening in tech. Obviously. Do you think all this wealth is created by just the worst people on earth? No.
Yeah, all our lives have been better by tech. I've been the biggest proponent of that.
Yeah. All right. Shout outs. Shout out from Peter D to Steve Petro. First and foremost, congrats on your new big boy job. After 9 years with the same company in the industry you were passionate for, I'm super proud of you to move on and finally collect a sizable paycheck you deserve. Let's make some cheddar. Good luck in your first week on your new job. PD. Congrats. Get that bag. Put that money in that money market. Earn that 6%.
Yeah.
You don't even have to invest it. You just leave it. Make 6%.
6% is free.
Yes. And then I want to give a shout out to John from Dropped. He gave 5 lucky Cathys in our Chatty Cathy Club tickets to tonight's LAFC game.
Very nice.
Nice seats. So hopefully the Cathys that are going are going to meet up. But that's cool. So we're continuing to figure out how to like do cool things for all the Cathys. And if you're in the club, Discord's popping. A lot of good. I got some articles from there today. Just a lot of interesting information.
For sure.
It's cool how transparent everyone is. There's a hot salsa company in there.
Salsa's popping in the Discord.
Yeah, salsa is probably the hottest. Literally hot salsa. All right. That's all we got.
That's it. We'll see you Sunday.
Bye-bye.
Peace.